Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you how I have my half letter disc system set up. Okay, so if you are following me over on Instagram, then you will know that I've kind of sort of been teasing my half letter system over there. It's really been a system that I have used on and off for the last few years, and I noticed that it's what I gravitate towards when I fall into a season of life that is just really busy and I'm on the go a lot. So here we go. So I currently have a Louis Vuitton, I think it's pronounced Ebene. I am not about that luxury life. Like this is probably the most luxurious item I have ever owned, and obviously this is not a requirement to have a half letter setup, but I really enjoy these covers. I've had one of these before in the monogram and really liked it, and I got really lucky finding someone who sold a brand new one, like with the receipt, the box, the bag, all that fun stuff. Anyway, I really like it. I'm not gonna lie, after having this one now for a few weeks, I do prefer the monogram, but this is great. I may have some intentions to get a monogram A5 with rings. We shall see. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to do my absolute best to at least mention and list everything down in the comments where everything is from, but if I do miss anything, please be sure to ask down below in the comments. All right, so let's open this planner right up. So the pocket configuration does, you know, it's not the best, but I also am not someone who's like, I don't use my pockets functionally, and I also don't get too like wild with the decor. It's just not my thing. So I've just got like a few cards from Cloth and Paper in here. I actually just placed an order, so I was able to get like the little August like frosted card there. I was like, perfect timing. And then randomly when cleaning out one of my desk drawers, I actually found this little paper clip, which is kind of going to be hard to see, but it has like a little heart in there, and I just thought that that was just the cutest thing. So I'm not by any means like a professional like pocket styler, but that's how that is. I also want to say that Julie over at Plan to Create is like one of just the best inspirations for half letter disc system. I really do love her style, and I just resonate with it so much, and so a lot of this is inspired by her. And I should mention that I already had a lot of these items. I didn't really have to even purchase much to set this up because, like I said, I've already been in half letter discs before, and I really love this system. So the front pocket here is a card holder from Cloth and Paper, and it's got cards from various shops. I believe these three are from Mom Plans XO, and I've had this one for a few years. I have no clue where it's from. I just knew that I was never letting it go because it's amazing. And then on the back side, these are just like the backs of the cards or some clear cards that are from previous Cloth and Paper kits. All right, and then I have a Vellum from Cloth and Paper. I love this one. I really love the ones that are handwritten. There's just something so pretty about them. I don't know. And then Cloth and Paper's Vellum is just amazing because it's nice and thick, which I absolutely love. Now here I have a habit tracker that I actually just received from East Street Paper Co. Now, I'm not sure if this is where I'm going to keep it. This is like, again, this is going to be one of those setups where I wasn't going to wait to show you my planner until I thought it was perfect or until I had absolutely everything that I wanted in here. I kind of just want to share as it is right now because I really don't think that there's like a perfect planner setup. But anyway, I really like this habit tracker. I highly recommend checking out this shop because their font that they use is just, there's something so simple about it that I absolutely love. I even went ahead and ordered some of their daily inserts, which I haven't used. Obviously, it's still in the wrapper here, but I really like the simplicity of their font that they use and just how their pages are laid out. And I've really been a huge fan of this shop for a while. You'll see some of their items throughout my planner that I've had from a couple years back. So I definitely recommend checking them out, and the paper quality is great as well. So I do have a couple of those here up front, and right now I'm just tracking some really basic habits like reading, going through my emails and pictures, a no spend, skincare, and water for now. Next up, I have this Vellum that I got from Infinite Lotus. I actually already had this, but it was in an older setup. I actually just went through all of my like leftover dashboards in Vellum, and I was able to find, almost like just to shop my stash, I was able to find a bunch of things that I already had, which was fantastic. And I just love the way that this looks with my initials and and a dashboard from East Street Paper Co. Like I said, I've already had this, so this was great. This is like a little snakeskin dashboard situation. I have had this for well over a year, and it's lasted really, really well, so I'm excited about that. All right, so all of my clear tabs are from Cloth and Paper, but as you can see, they have this white print on clear label, and I actually use my Brother P-Touch label maker. This is my all-time favorite. I think I've had this thing for like 5 years now. You can order the clear tape with the white print on it on Amazon, and I do have all of these items linked in my Amazon shop, which is linked down in the description. But this label maker, I would 10 out of 10 recommend. It is such a great label maker, and there's so many great tape options available to you over on Amazon. All right, so first up, I have a Year at a Glance Vellum from Cloth and Paper, and I just used some teardrops from Sweet Caress to mark off as each month passed, and I really like just the simplicity of how this looks. So jumping in this section, I do have a couple of different layouts for planning. The main one being monthly. These inserts are from Cloth and Paper. I love them. I love the Year at a Glance. I haven't decided how I want to use this, but I just love having it here. Of course, I started with my planner in July. It does include like the holidays and things like that, and then you have like this little dashboard page, but I didn't use it for the month of July. And this is what July looked like. It was pretty simple. I just marked paydays, travel, things like that. And now here we are in August. I just now started using the dashboard page because of course we're in the first week of August. Again, keeping things pretty simple here. And even the same with the layout itself, just kind of marking things for work, like when paydays are, what days I'm working from home, things like that. And of course, I just have the rest of the year in here since there's only a few months to go. But then I also have some weekly inserts in here. So because this is kind of what I'm taking back and forth to work with me, I really wanted just like the essentials. So a monthly view and then a week on 2 pages that was really simple. So I have it sort of separated with a piece of vellum here because I was trying to figure out if I wanted to put my weekly view under a completely different tab or just keep it all together. Like I said, I didn't want to wait until I had my planner like perfectly set up. I just don't think that exists. It's always ever changing, right? So I have this grid vellum from Fancy Plans, and I won't have a link for anything, but I'll at least name the shop and list it down in the description. So these inserts actually came from a Cloth and Paper subscription box sometime last year. Heck, it may even be the year before, but I love it because it is a week on 2 pages. Fairly simple. I'll show you guys a blank view of this as soon as I can get to it. But it has your Monday through Friday over here. It's sort of like a open area on this side, and then it's grid on this side, or yeah, it's grid on this side. Then you have Saturday and Sunday, and you have an area for notes, priorities, and next week. And I really like these pages. Again, very simple, undated. Doesn't really bother me because if I decide these aren't useful for me this week, then I'm not going to use them because they're undated. I don't have to. But here's what this week looks like, and I really like it. I just need a simple week at a glance view, which again is why I haven't popped in the dailies, because I'm like, oh, I don't want to make this too complicated. This really needs to be like on the go. Now my bookmark is also from Cloth and Paper, but the label, I actually used this label maker from Dymo. Gives it a little bit of a retro vibe, but it is pretty much like the old school label maker. And I like the look of it. I really do. So I have one that says this week and then one back here that says hello. And I really, really like it. But this is fun. It already comes loaded with the black tape. But then the package that I got included a refill, and then I purchased some additional ones. I already knew that I was going to like this. I'm resisting the urge to change all of my labels out, but I kind of like how there's different labels, how they're not all the same. So there is my week view. I only have a few, actually just whatever I had left of it from the sub box, and then I'll kind of revisit if I want to keep these in here once I am done with that. And then of course I've got some random post-it notes in here because you just kind of never know when you're going to need them. So next up I have my social media section, and this is kind of what prompted setting up this system. Reason being is I love my A5 Daily Duo from Erin Condren. I absolutely love it. But when I'm at work and I'm thinking of ideas, or I need to jot notes down, or I just need that extra space, I wasn't getting it in here because, again, I would probably lose it on a specific day. Like it needed its own department, basically, right? And this doesn't have extra notes pages. It has the one notes page for the week, but I'm designating that to be used for something else. So I like the ability to have the extra space that I need here. So I have another dashboard from East Street Paper Co. And then I'm using these little stickers from Sweet Freckled Designs to sort of map out, and I haven't filled this out yet because it's still very early in August, but any sort of ideas that I have for things like YouTube, Instagram posts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok. And I did that for the month of August and the month of September. And then I just have like some other random notes that I took that I wanted to keep in here. Some of these are actually from my previous setup of my half letter discs, but I just decided to keep it all together because a lot of it was really relevant to what I need to have with me. All right, so the next section is a memories section. Now this was inspired by my friend Laura over at Plan with Laura. This is one section that I don't think is actually going to stay, but I wanted to show how it was right now. So I do have this vellum from Poi and Hun. This is actually from my previous setup. I was actually going through my previous setup and was so glad that I still had this because I thought I had maybe accidentally thrown it out, but it is so, so pretty. Then, of course, I've got the divider and then a dashboard from Cloth and Paper. And this was the July memory spreads that I did, and I really, really like this. Like, it is just so much fun. I love it. I love it so much, but I don't know if I'm going to keep it. Like, I'm torn. Like, I love how this looks. I just haven't decided. I have to make up my mind. So I also got a new swimsuit. I was like, anyway, love the look of it, but I'm also printing these pages or printing these pictures and putting them in my hourly. I think I shared that memory spread over on my Instagram, but I just don't know if I want to keep doing it in multiple places. So that's where I'm at with that. And then of course I have a ton more pages to add to it. So there's that. It's still undecided if that's going to stay. I love the way that they look, but more to come. Next up is my goals section. So I have a little intentional planning dashboard from Cloth and Paper. Again, this is just so pretty. I really wanted this at the front of my planner, but then I liked the intentional planning message on here to go with my goal setting. So over here I have the Moxie Life inserts. Now these are from their A5 unpunched inserts, so I actually had to cut them down a little bit, which is totally fine. And now since we're in the early parts of August, you can see some of it's cut off a little bit. Not a deal breaker for me. I have been working on my monthly goals. Don't have too many for August, and I'm totally fine with that. But I did punch them for the discs. They don't actually have a half letter size that they offer, so you kind of either need to take it from their inserts and punch them, or get the pages from their companion notebooks, tear those out and punch them. I liked the way that this edge is finished in here. it's just a small quirk of mine. But when the pages are torn out of the companion notebooks, they're a little bit frayed. It's a thing. It's fine. But this is just how I have mine in here. And of course I have another bookmark, and this is the one that says hello using the Dymo punch there. So I just have a month at a time in here, so I didn't want to have the rings like way too full. And before I forget, because I do get asked this a lot, I use the arc punch. This thing is massive. Oops, that's the drawer that holds all the little bits. But this is the one that I use. It is not my favorite, to be quite honest, but I will say this. It is much better than a Happy Planner punch where you can only punch like one page at a time. This can do like 4 or 5 of really good paper at a time, and it was pricey, so I'm going to use it until it breaks. All right, now that we are done with that, I now have a money section. It does not go into like my whole budget. I don't do budgeting on paper. Mine is all done on a spreadsheet on the computer. So I have a dashboard from Cloth and Paper, and then I have a purchase tracker that is also from Cloth and Paper. And here I'm just logging what it is that I purchased, how much it is. That part can be a little bit of a reality check. But it's nice. I don't mind it too much. I did grab some from Infinite Lotus. They're really, really similar, except I like that there's a little area where you can check off either like possibly when you received your order, which is nice. So I'm just going to use these up, but now I have more, and hopefully this is all I ever need, because there's a lot of lines on here. So I just have a few pages of that in here. Then my very last section is just a miscellaneous section. So I have this infamous Cloth and Paper dashboard here. Like you can see, if I've had it for so long, like some of the print is starting to like rub off. But this is one of my all-time favorite dashboards of there. You'll probably see it at some point get moved to the front of my planner, because it is so amazing. I love it so much. And I just have note paper back here. That's all I have. It's great if I just need to jot a quick note down. I have something here that I can pull from, and yeah, I just have like maybe 10 pages of that in here. Now this is another question that I get asked a lot, is what do I have holding my book in the back of this planner? Because I've heard from several people that the Cloth and Paper covers do not fit in the sleeve of the Louis Vuitton cover, or a lot of covers for that matter. So I actually have one from Levenger. They fit perfectly, and I think they come in packs of 2. So it does come with a front and back cover, but obviously I don't need a front cover when this is the cover for the planner. So I just put the back cover on, and it slides in without any issues. I don't have to cut anything down, and it just works. I love it so much. All right, guys, that is it for today's video and my half letter setup. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I can't wait to hear what you guys think. Let me know if you have any questions about any of the products that I mentioned throughout this video. As always, thank you guys so much for joining me. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you are already subscribed, make sure you click that notification bell so that you know when my videos are posted here on YouTube. As always, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.